Spoiler alert, if you haven't watched.
And welcome back to Despop. I'm joined today with your hosts D-Rose and Lays Up. And today we're going to be talking about Miss Marvel, starring Iman Vellani. I think it was a pretty good show, and I think it's got good promise, and hopefully we get a season 2. So today we're going to be diving into that and talking about a couple other
I'm
things
excited.
as well.
Let's do this.
Let's do it.
Hey, so Disney Plus came out with Miss Marvel. I know we got She-Hulk coming up and everything. So let's talk about the previous show that we weren't able to talk about because we just made the podcast a week ago. Yeah, Miss Marvel.
No, it's been longer than that.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just potato. They don't know that. We don't know that. Nobody knows.
Nobody knows anything.
Yeah, we're just three guys in standing in the pool,
They're my
sitting in the
kids.
hot tub,
They're
5
my-
feet apart. Because they're not gay. No, just kidding. We can't say that.
We can't say that.
No, Miss Marvel, I liked it. I thought it was a good show.
I did enjoy it a lot. You know what? I'm gonna bring up Mario because he said it looked really childish,
He said it looked like a Disney Channel original.
which
I didn't get that vibe from it.
I didn't get the vibe. I got the vibe for it that it was a teen show, like about a
Well,
girl.
it is. It's the first Disney Plus show to be rated PG.
Yes. And it is like about a teenager who's in high school, like obviously it's a coming of age
Yes.
show. Obviously, we're going to have those themes in there because those themes are important. But overall, I thought it was a good show and I thought it did not have that. I thought it had that Marvel vibe, not Marvel like, pew, pew, pew superheroes, but like Marvel, it's a Marvel show.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was a good show.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
Kevin Feige's leaking the Fantastic Forecast, and the only way we're gonna reveal it is if you guys give us follow. So make sure you guys follow the podcast for more of this content.
I thought Iman Vellani, I think
Yeah,
is how you
Iman-
pronounce her name.
Iman Vellani.
Iman Vellani. I think she did a really good job as Miss Marvel
I was really skeptical on her when she got cast for the show.
because she was a nobody.
Yeah, she was, but also you look at the comic book, right, and you see the picture of Kamala Khan, and then you compare that to the actor, and sometimes they don't exactly look like them. It throws you off, but then you're like, okay, she did a
I
great
think
job.
that's a problem that a lot of people bring up, and I don't think it's a problem. I think people are very obsessed over casting. Like John Krasinski. People were obsessed about fan casting him as Mr. Fantastic because he looks exactly like Mr. Fantastic
in the comic books.
in the comic books. And I don't think you don't have to always look exactly like the character.
It's gonna
Sometimes
be super hard just to find somebody that looks like the character.
yeah,
And
it is.
acts.
And acts like
and
the
acts.
Yes, and
'Cause-
for me, it doesn't matter, but you get that bias here, right?
Yeah, you do.
like we're all inept to it, and we all see something, and we're gonna have that gut feeling, and then you're gonna remember, oh no,
Yeah.
we can't have that. We can't think like that.
the
'cause-
one that comes up to mind for me, Black Cat.
Black
I know
Cat.
who I want
Yeah.
Black Cat to be in Marvel. You have a different actor for it. That's
Yeah.
just an example.
That's
of
just
it.
that's it is.
Anna de Armas or Black Cat.
That's very left field. But talking about Miss Marvel, I did like the first episode, like the vibe that they did with the different intros.
So different intros for Miss Marvel. I think they had a couple in a different languages as well.
Yeah, dude, they had I think over 80.
Well, I sent you that Twitter thread. It was over 100.
Oh yes,
Over 100 different Miss Marvel intros, which I thought was pretty cool.
yeah. Well, did you like anything from the first episode from Miss Marvel of her getting her powers and going to Avengers Con?
I'm talking about Avenger Con and going to Avenger Con. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have expected an Avengers Con.
So visually, I like those sequences in the movie. Like when she's planning out how to sneak out of the house to go to Avenger Con, like that whole
The
little
little animation. That
the
goes on.
animation. Yeah, that was
That-
pretty cool.
Very
I like that
unique.
too.
Yes, very
Yeah.
It's
unique.
something different.
That gives me like cartoon, childish vibes, which
Yeah,
I liked.
which
you
I
know.
liked.
It
It's
was
a
refreshing. It was lightning.
I think it also shows us how she sees it in her mind.
Yeah. So this is from her point of view.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree with that. It is her point of view.
That's what I liked about the animation because it makes me think this is how she visualizes it when she
That-
goes through the plan.
She's a very creative person,
Yeah.
and you can tell. And I'm glad they gave her the Green Lantern powers because her creativity comes out.
Green Lantern-esque powers.
Yeah, I mean, same thing.
Ish.
Potato. Yeah. How do you guys feel about the whole superhero power changing from elastic, or there's a name for it, but the elasticity that she has to the Green Lantern-esque powers?
I thought it looked good. I was a little skeptical about how it was going to come out on screen, just with the visuals and the CGI and stuff. But I think it came out good. I think they chose a good color too.
The purple.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't look purple to me, but
Yeah, if you guys don't know, Angel is colorblind. He can't see anything, so
he can see colors, just not.
he doesn't see color.
it's black and white to him.
Might as well be.
It might as well be. By the way, I picked the color for this room. If you asked me, this does not look like blue.
No, well, to us here it looks blue, but to the camera it's gonna look black.
Well, to me, it just always looks black.
No, yeah, you can definitely tell it's blue, 100%, right?
Can you?
Yeah, I can tell it's blue right now.
I might be colorblind as well because this is like a really dark gray.
My boy.
Gotham Gray is the name of the color. I think visually it was a great show. The cinematography was really good.
Really great, dude. Dude, people need to give this show a chance. It's the highest rated Marvel show.
It is
so
the
far.
highest rated Marvel. It's second only to Black Panther overall. in
Yeah,
the MCU.
overall, dude. People need to give this show a chance just because it looks childish. Like the vibes and the creativity is off the roof. Bringing it back to what we were talking about on Monday with the HBO Max thing. The two directors, I forgot their names. I'm so sorry. I know they got pretty much let go from Batgirl, and just their work on Miss Marvel, like it shows. And I think they would be good directors for like a movie of Miss Marvel if they plan to go that direction, or Young Avengers. The way this show came out and the vibes that it was trying to convey with Kamala Khan and her creativity, and with her creativity and just her young spirit is great.
Because at the end of the day, she's so Iman Vellani is in real life she's 19,
19, just out of high school,
and she's playing a 16-year-old. Which is great.
Tom Holland.
Yeah,
Tom Holland did the same thing.
Tom Holland did the same thing. So I think it was a good casting, and they did a good job with that.
Yeah, no, they did,
I
man.
thought so too.
So after the first episode, she goes to Avengers Con, which, bringing it up, I thought it was a good tie-in that they had Ant-Man like on a podcast.
Yeah.
I hear that's gonna come up on
Because
Ant-Man.
people were asking that. They were like, how does everybody know what happened in that battle?
And now we know.
And now we know.
That's one good thing about Kevin Feige. He listens to the fans. The fans always have something to say online, and then he'll bring it up in a Marvel
Do
content.
you think he actually sits there and like goes through like Reddit threads or
Yeah,
Twitter
100%.
threads, or he has people that does that for him?
Him and Iman are like us, except with not a podcast and like millions of people knowing who they are.
At the end of
like Thor, bro.
at the end of the first episode is when they bring in the Department of Damage Control.
Yes.
That's when we figure out like they're the villain of the show, right?
Were they the villain? Because nobody seemed like a villain. It was just
I was
No,
confused
because I was
with that
gonna
too.
say that too. I think that was the biggest mishap for Miss Marvel is you don't know who the villain is, right?
Yeah.
So the clandestines.
Yeah.
Are you gonna correct me?
no, that was
No.
good.
That's good.
No, but you said clandestines or whatever. I'm like, I'm pretty sure it's clandestine. Hey
Clandestines.
guys, if you guys know how to properly pronounce it, put it in the comments. Oh yeah, it's like they just spelled it out,
With the pronunciation, please.
right? Yeah, it was really confusing with who the villains were.
Plus,
So-
they didn't give off vibes of like threat.
yes,
They weren't threatening.
They were not threatening. I mean, they were in the sense that as a Latino with like ICE, like yeah, no, it's threatening when they come into your mosque and like you can just look around, right? Like as a person of color, a Pakistani, Indian, Muslim. I think that's a proper term because it was a mosque and everything. So the Muslim community and everything, they're just coming in and
They didn't let them at first because remember they were like, you need a warrant.
Yeah, well they do, and they know their rights.
They know their rights. Yeah.
I don't know what I'm trying to go right there, but
So the Department of Damage Control leaves,
yeah,
and then they eventually come back with a warrant. But
yes,
they didn't do a good job of
Setting up-
establishing a villain
or a threat.
or a threat.
Or
Yes.
threat.
Yes,
Because
I do agree with
at
that.
the end of the day, the clandestines just wanted to go home.
Yeah.
Every time you pronounce, it, I'm gonna laugh, bro.
even their threat wasn't that.
Big, dude. I
That wasn't
know.
that big.
Yeah.
They,
And like I'm not here for like world ending threats, right? Like we talked about this.
We talked
but,
about
like,
every time they did it.
Yeah,
I wanted
but
to see some damage.
yeah, some damage control. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
But like at least show us who the threat is, because it goes from so the damage control is like the first, second, third episode, right? Where the mosque happens. They have a side plot of Nakia.
Nakia.
My bad. So they have a side plot of Nakia who's running for the president, which hey, I'm all for it.
Not
Girl
president,
power.
board member.
It is what it is, my boy.
Yeah, and she's trying to sway the voters.
Yeah, she's trying to sway the voters, and Kamala Khan is doing her own thing with Bruno, who gets introduced in the second episode as well.
Yeah.
And she has a big crush on him. And no, not Bruno.
No. What are you
I
talking
said Bruno,
about?
huh?
Oh, you're talking about a Korean
Bruno gets introduced in the first episode.
I'm talking about
Cameron.
Kamran.
Kamran. yeah.
Kamran. Why am I saying Bruno? Bruno is her best friend. Forget everything I said. Bruno is her best friend during the whole series, but Kamran gets introduced in the second episode.
No, going back to talking about Kamran.
Yeah, Kamran. He has that high school hallway, like walking down, hot boy just coming in.
Yeah.
It's about time. Yo.
He didn't give the jock vibe though.
Yes, no, he's not a jock. He's just a cool bad boy.
He's just
Yeah,
a cool
that's
bad
what it
boy.
was.
Yes.
Yeah, he's that cool bad boy vibe.
The rich kid with the nice Porsche.
Oh,
Yeah.
he did have a nice Porsche,
Yeah,
man,
he did have
and
a
he
nice
showed it
car.
off to Kamala.
Let
Who
her
keeps
drive
it at the end?
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's like, yeah, you know what? I'm taking this too.
I'm taking, I'm taking the Porsche.
Yeah.
It's coming with me. But what was I gonna say? Do you think he knew that like what he was doing? Right, obviously.
Up to a degree.
Yeah, like
I think he knew that he needed to make an introduction.
yes, to
Yes.
Kamala, and he
Yes.
had to get her in, and he knew what he was doing.
He knew
Do
exactly.
you think
what
he
was
actually
doing.
likes Kamala, or do you think it was just part of the mission?
I think he was just part of the mission.
You don't think he has?
Well,
a
I
crush
think
on
he
her?
had like a friendship because the people he was with are all grown up,
Yeah.
and I don't know how they raised him, but he was gonna be around them.
Yeah,
the whole
Kamala was probably the first person around his age.
time. Yeah.
That he's met and that he's like talked to.
Yeah.
Well, they did have that little moment where they were hiding from damage control in the school,
Yeah.
where they were holding hands and they were about to kiss before Bruno interrupted.
I think this is gonna be something for like the rest of Kamala's journey is Bruno and Kamran and that love triangle. So we'll see what happens. I don't have anybody that I'm rooting for
Because
love wise.
Bruno likes Kamala.
You're rooting for Bruno?
Yeah, Bruno.
definitely.
You guys are going for the white boy.
Yes.
You guys know how I feel about the white boy getting the girl of color, you know?
No,
you guys know how I feel about that.
Today we're grabbing.
It's the day white men win. Today is the day white boys win.
What was it last year? A white boy summer?
Yeah.
white boy summer.
Dude, Bruno looks a lot different like in pictures than he does in the
He in the show.
He's a lot
Yeah.
more buff.
Yes, and like his face is like featured.
Skinny.
He's chiseled.
Yeah,
Yeah.
chiseled. That's a great he's like a handsome Squidward. Yeah, like chiseled, right? Yeah, you're like,
I clipped that chat.
am I wrong or am I right?
No, he
I know,
doesn't.
yeah, which is not a bad thing. He's a handsome guy, but I'm just saying that he looks different in the show.
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
sure.
because I Googled him too, and I was
I
like,
did not
oh,
recognize
he
him.
doesn't look like him.
Yeah, I did not recognize him 100%. But going into it, then she gets her powers and she sees a vision of the train and everything. Episode 3, episode 4, I think, is her going to Pakistan with her grandma.
Episode 4, because I think episode 3 is like a lot of montages about her training with the
Yeah.
powers
Mhm.
with
Yes.
Bruno, where she's learning about the powers.
Which
and
it's always good to have a good montage, man. Like,
What was the timeline of her getting the powers and then
like from
setting
episode 1 to episode 6.
yeah.
a month.
No, it has to have been
You think 2 months?
a week or two.
No,
Yeah, that's
'cause
what I
you
was
have to-
that's what I was thinking.
You have to travel to Pakistan, and then
She-
you have to travel back.
That takes
That's like a
that takes 2 or 3 days at most.
You're telling me you're going to Pakistan for a day?
Yes, that's exactly what she was
No,
going.
because she was in Pakistan for at least like a couple nights.
No, she wasn't.
Yeah, she was. We saw a
she
couple
was
nights.
she was there for like at least 2 nights.
Yeah, at
That
least.
2 nights is not equal 2 months.
No,
No,
but,
no, it doesn't.
but it's not a week, dude. The whole show did not span a week.
I said 2
I
weeks
want-
at
I
most.
want-
Because also Nakia, right? Started campaigning. She won the boardroom, and then she was also started implementing things. There's no way that's all in a span of a week where you campaign. And
I would say at most a month.
yes, I agree. A month.
That seems like a really long time.
Yes, it is. I think I'm glad you agree because it did feel like a long time.
Yeah.
No, I
It
thought
should
it
have been
felt
a
like
long
a
time.
really short time. Maybe it was just the pacing of the show.
Yeah, the pacing was fast because they had to cram a lot of things in.
Yeah.
They had to cram in her getting her powers and her training in 3 episodes.
Yeah, the first 3 episodes were pretty stuffed.
I think she should. Well, they did show her like struggling because she tried to save the kid.
Yeah.
And then she just drops him.
I like how they bring it up at the end too when they're doing their TikTok videos.
Yeah.
She's like, "So did you drop me? You being like a joke? Or was that being serious?
Was that being serious? Do you not know how to control your powers?
Did you actually break my leg?"
That was really funny, and I think it should showed her like not being able to control her powers, which is what I think should be happening. Is I don't think she should have full control of her powers.
No.
See, that's why I bring up the timeline because beginning to end, she
Masters it. pretty
masters
quick.
it really.
Yeah.
really
At the end, she pretty
Yeah,
she pretty much.
But I still don't think she should have complete mastery
No.
of her powers. But
That should come up in the Marvels movie.
I do. I think she should struggle a little. I still think she should struggle a little bit because like Iron Man from his first Mach 1 to his Mark 50, Mark 52, whatever it was, there was a lot of upgrades. Like I think
Yeah.
every superhero should go through that
Yeah.
through that phase through the Marvel universe in whatever capacity that they have.
How did you feel about her suit?
Her suit was perfect. I do like her suit, and I hate that they changed it for the Marvels.
I don't like that they changed it for the
Mm-hmm.
Marvels either.
I hope they bring it back. I think that's a great suit to start off with.
The one she ended with.
Yeah, the one she ended
The one
with.
she ended with,
I
yeah.
like that one.
Yeah, but they switch it for the Marvels.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's a more Marvel-y suit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So she does her own training. She's messing up. She has that one scene with the church and the mosque saving the kid, which is great. And then she has a vision of the train, right? And at this point, I believe she meets the clandestines and the mom, and she seems pretty sweet. Like I said, I didn't know who the villain was because she came off as really nice and just trying to help out, right? And at this point, like I'm not really sure who the villain is because Damage Control is kind of taking a back seat now. Like they show up a couple of times, but I thought they were just being a hindrance to the Muslim community, like the government.
Yeah, they're just trying to force their way in.
Yeah, they were just being a hinder, like how the government is to POCs. But yeah, dude, and like at this point, I still don't know who the villain is. But she goes to Pakistan to talk to her grandma about the powers, and her mom just comes along. You know what's crazy? You guys do that? Like, obviously not. But is that realistic that you just get a call from your grandparents and you're like, hey, can you come visit us?
No.
And then you leave the next day.
And you leave the next day, bro.
No.
Well, I thought
Okay.
she was the one who called her grandma
She called.
because she asked about the.
She did, but the grandma calls the mom
No.
No.
The
to
grandma
go
calls
to Pakistan.
The grandma calls
No.
the granddaughter.
Yes,
Yeah.
no. Yeah, they call the granddaughter to be like, hey, did you get the vision too, right? But obviously, Kamala is not making the decision to go to Pakistan.
Oh
No, she is
obviously, but
making the decision to go to Pakistan. Her mom just tags along. Her mom's not going to let her travel by herself.
Yeah,
Her mom's really
no,
protective.
yeah, but
Is this all going during the school week?
I didn't even think
Because you
about
see them at the
that.
beginning, they're in school, and then you don't see them at school anymore.
Yeah. And my mom would not let me go to Mexico during the school year.
No.
See, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like everything started like on a Monday, and they came back like Friday.
Yeah. No,
So that is a week.
No, I'm saying.
No, I'm saying
Oh,
if it
now
was-
it's a week.
No.
huh?
I've been saying from the beginning it was like a week or two.
No, I think it's more than a week or two. Because, dude, I'm telling you, school. Come on, guys, especially women of color, moms, they're not letting you go to Mexico during the school year.
No.
No,
They're barely letting you go in the summer.
Yeah,
They don't even go out during the week.
yeah. They didn't even let me
If you go out today, you can't go out tomorrow.
Yeah, right. Right? Like I can't even go out after school. You gotta come home at 3 o'clock. Like so, it's not realistic. That's what I'm saying. It happened during Thanksgiving break.
She goes and she talks to her grandma.
Yeah, and by this point, I think we know the clandestines are like the enemy because they want to blow up
Yeah.
the earth or something, the energy to like open the door.
Yes.
See, that's what was weird because when she meets the Red Dagger,
Yeah,
they talk about it like, oh well, they want to go back home. This is what's gonna happen
if they go back home.
They're
I don't ever think they specify, do they?
They do.
They do?
Or maybe they don't, but
they
the
talk
comic
about it like
Yeah.
we live or they live
in another dimension.
in another dimension, but on the same like area, like
Yeah.
type of thing. But
So
it's
it's like
just,
us, but like it'd be another dimension of us talking.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
cable
yeah,
and
yeah.
everything.
The multiverse.
Like us.
It's like the multiverse, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
But no, it's not the multiverse. It's another dimension. Like in Shang-Chi, that was another dimension. It was in the multiverse. In Doctor Strange, that was a different universe. In Shang-Chi, it's a different dimension. Two different things.
well, they bring it up for like 2 minutes, and they try to make it seem like it's all super dangerous, but they then stop talking about it. They don't bring it up like as a real threat.
They don't, and it also ends like that, like in 2 minutes, right?
Yeah, and it just ends like
Nothing.
yeah.
Like I don't even know why they introduced the Red Dagger or the whole Pakistan.
Because the Red Dagger didn't do anything at the end.
No, man.
Also, because you know how the dimensions opens up
Yeah.
and the first girl walks in, but she dies right away. Why didn't it close there on her, and why does it close on the mom instead? Even though
movie magic.
she does exactly the
Movie
same
magic.
thing. She
Yeah.
just walks in.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Like
I
what
think
what did she do different that the other girl didn't do?
it's obviously movie magic, and I'm always okay with saying movie magic because like obviously that's the story and that's how they want to do it. It did happen really quick. Like all of a sudden they're dead, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the end of episode 5. And in my head, I'm like,
And then the mom just walks in to that like courtyard like nothing. She's like,
Yeah,
all right,
she's
come
like,
on, it's time to go home.
So what happened?
so what
Yeah, what
what's
Did she
going
not
on?
hear like the big explosion and everything?
Yeah,
She didn't hear the people disintegrating.
Yeah.
she didn't hear like the
Hey, about that. You know how the mom dies and she gives or Kamran gets powers.
Yeah.
Did she have powers the entire time?
Yes, clandestines are stronger. They're stronger, and they have
Yeah, but he also has where he can like
light. And
shoot
the mom
stuff
didn't
out.
have that, right?
Yeah.
No.
Do you think it unlocked a gene?
So I was about to bring that up.
I didn't want to say yeah because
I didn't
I'm
either.
working my way up there,
Yeah.
but just a little preview. We're gonna talk to the end, so if you keep watching. But I do think it unlocked something.
Yeah. So is he the second mutant?
I was
that we
about-
have?
I was
I
gonna
didn't want to
say-
say the word because we're still talking about the Cameron, the Pakistani fight.
Yeah, but so we're not talking about it.
We're
No,
just
not yet,
bouncing
not
all
yet.
over the place.
Yeah, they're just bouncing a little bit, but I do want to get more of a linear to the finale, which that's why I was really confused because when they died, I was like, okay, so now what? Because we still have another episode, and I thought the main villains died, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Agreed.
So when I saw the trailer for like episode 6 and it was Damage Control, I was like, what? These guys are coming back from like episode 1? Because that's the last like
Yeah.
memorable thing I remember from them, right? And it wasn't even that Damage Control was the villain, because the head guy is not the villain. It's a lady
Yeah.
who out of nowhere becomes a dude. She wasn't even like, I feel like she wasn't even the main focus in episode 1 or 2.
No,
You know?
it was the guy. So
Yeah.
the way they set it up is like, oh, that guy's the villain.
Yeah.
And then this girl comes out of nowhere. It's
There's
like,
definitely something wrong with the editing or the writing, and they just did not plan it out because it
Yeah.
just
You just don't know who's in charge.
yeah, you don't know who's the villain. You know who's
Well,
in
that-
charge,
yeah.
but you don't know who
yeah,
like
you know who's in charge of damage control, but you
Yeah.
don't know who the villain is.
like who's the threat, who's doing all that. So obviously the mom dies, Cameron is on the run, and they blow up Bruno's shop
yeah. Poor
for no
Bruno.
reason.
For no reason.
Bro, yeah, like I'm like, bro, why you gotta blow up his shop?
I wasn't even driving.
Exactly, bro. Like Bruno hasn't done anything. He's white. No, it's true. Why would you blow up the white kid's house? Like I would make sense, because like just you have to bring race into everything, because like it's true. And is it realistic? Because like I do see like a cop like slashing my tires, right? Because obviously, like, why wouldn't he like break my tail? Like, he wouldn't do that to like a white person. If he's like stopping somebody, he's not gonna plant a jog at like on a white person's car, But he would like
That's how much they wanted to get Cameron. They were willing to blow up one white guy.
the whole shop,
They were
bro.
willing to
That's the whole
sacrifice one
shop.
of their own.
You gotta sacrifice one of your own if it means getting rid of.
Yeah, Kamran, dude. Oh my, that's why, dude. The real villain was systemic racism all along.
Poor kid, man.
Poor
Just-
kid, bro. He's going through it. First Kamala, now rejecting him. Well, we'll see what happens. But yeah, his shop gets blown up, and now Bruno and Kamran on the run.
on the run. Yeah.
Run.
So now it's pitting these two guys who had like this rivalry over Kamala.
Now they gotta work together.
Now they got to work together. That's a good. I think that's a good pairing. I think they should be working together more.
I think it's funny how throughout the whole show, Cameron just messes up his name.
and he
Brian.
doesn't. Even, do you think it's on purpose?
Yeah, he does it on purpose.
Oh.
For sure.
Well,
Because at the end, he
definitely
gets it
said-
right.
Well, he also said, "I genuinely thought your name was Brian."
Well, he could be saying that sarcastic.
Yeah.
I mean, that's true.
Yeah. If I personally, if that was me, I wouldn't take the disrespect. But if I saw another guy try and get at the same girl as me, yeah, I'm gonna be doing digs, obviously.
Yeah.
Because I'm really good at it. Like I'm gonna call you the wrong name. I'm gonna be like Alfonso.
Cámate, por favor.
Cálmate. But yeah, the whole school sequence. How do you guys like the final sequence?
I think if it was good, it fit with the tone of the show. I think it did a pretty good job of setting up that not cartoony, but the lightheartedness of the show.
Yeah, I did too. They brought back the creativity, the creative board
Visual,
where Kamala goes over the plan and everything. And I thought that was really good.
I thought it was funny that they brought in the brother
Yeah, just
to
randomly.
supervise.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone.
Watch over your sister.
You know what's funny is that
superhero.
we didn't even bring up the wedding.
No,
No.
the wedding was a good scene.
Oh, it was. Let's talk about that first before we talk about that. I do love that this show, on top of anything, showed me more culture about
There was good representation.
yeah, good representation. I had no idea what the partition was.
I had
No?
no idea. I learned something new.
Did you guys not watch that movie with
No.
in high school?
No, I did not.
Oh, we did.
We didn't even go over the partition because if
Yeah.
we did, history was my favorite subject, right? So I know a lot about European history because I took AP Euro. I took like a lot
I
of
took that class too.
yeah. So I know a lot about AP European history, which I wish I would have taken like Middle Eastern or Asian history or even Latin American.
I took an intro to Eastern religions.
Yeah,
class
dude.
in
I
college.
wish I would have done something like
That
that.
class is really cool.
Because
It was hard, but
now we learn about the partition.
it was an intro class too. I was like, you know what? Piece of cake.
This is
I mean,
enough for me.
I'm gonna see if Daniel actually learned something. Can you tell me one thing about the partition or what it was about?
Yeah, it was about their independence from the British Empire.
Yes,
Yes.
But do you know why there was a bunch of people leaving India?
Yeah, because they separated the religions.
Yes.
What was
Oh
it?
my God, you see?
Muslims and the Hindus.
Dude, he learns. No, it's because I no, I didn't know that either, right? I learned that watching it. So
But I also looked it up the other day.
yeah, me too. Because you want to look it up. You look at partition. So,
So
obviously,
you fact checked Disney.
And
you have to fact check everything, especially when it comes to culture. Like if they had any culture for Mexicans, I know I'm gonna be like, Disney, you got this wrong. I'm calling you out.
yeah. But they talk
getting
about it
kinda
where they separate India and Pakistan.
Yeah, the Muslims. So they're sending the Muslims to Pakistan. They're keeping everybody else,
The
right?
Hindus. Yeah, but they
Yeah.
also a few years later they split up Bangladesh
Two as well. Yes, on
Yeah.
the other side of
on
India.
the other side.
Yeah. So we learned a lot about the culture of India, Pakistan, Bangladesh too, with the partisan, but also gave us with the
Partition.
wedding. Okay, so we're talking about the Bollywood scene.
I
The dancing in the wedding.
the
Yeah.
dancing in the wedding. I like that they included the girl's parents because they also seemed like they were of like what African American descent or something.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
They brought together two cultures, which was really nice.
Even though they only showed like one
Yeah, one.
for the
Yeah.
wedding, but I mean,
Maybe
she
she
was-
was
unless
too.
they, I was gonna say maybe they're Muslim as well.
No, I thought the way they portrayed it was that she adopted his culture.
Oh, I thought she was Muslim
Possibly,
as well,
yeah.
which is also a possibility.
Because you don't see
Right.
the parents
Yeah.
dress up like
You don't see her parents dressing up like his
like as,
parents.
yeah.
Okay,
Like,
I see.
they were like in a suit and a dress.
That's what made me think that she adopted that culture.
Yeah.
I
'Cause
see
her
that,
her
and I
parents
raise
were
you
suits.
guys. Maybe they're not extreme, like because
Extreme
like
Muslim, you're like they're not fully
not like
devout.
extreme. I don't want to say extreme Muslim because that sounds bad, but like some people don't practice their religion as much as others. I think it's just the range of how religious you are. But
It's just-
maybe they're not
It
Muslim.
just depends on how bad your sins are that day.
But yes, talking about the ending, we get a big reveal. We're talking about it. The biggest reveal.
So he does a blood analysis on Kamala.
Yes.
Oh, that's what we're talking. Okay.
Yes, he does a blood analysis, and her blood is different from her family's.
Yes. He says, "Hey, I ran it through. Something looked off about it, and it looked like you had a rogue gene, or what?
Yeah.
How does he call
A
it?
mutant gene.
A mutant gene.
Yeah. And then we get the music.
And then we get the X-Men '97 theme.
How many people do you think got it on the first time viewing?
I didn't.
I didn't either.
I did not.
Yes,
And we talked about that because the volume was very low for that.
yeah, it was. It lets you go back and rewatch it, and you're like, oh my god, I missed it. How cool is that?
Yeah.
It's the '97 X-Men theme, the music, right?
Yeah.
It's the same one that Charles Xavier walks out on for Doctor Strange, right?
Yeah. For Multiverse of Madness.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, oh my god, I'm excited.
Kamala Khan is officially the first mutant in the MCU.
I think officially, yes. I'm willing to say that, and I think I'm so happy that the first mutant is a POC.
Yeah. So that was a good little plot twist.
Yes, it was, and I think it was a good plot twist. A lot of people didn't like it because originally she's an Inhuman,
Yeah.
but you know who's on our side?
Kevin Feige.
No, the creator of Kamala Khan. So when they created Kamala Khan back in 2014, 2013, 2012, whenever it was, the original creator wanted her to be a mutant,
mutant, yeah.
but Marvel didn't have the rights to the X-Men, so they were trying to push down the X-Men and not creating as many comic series featuring the X-Men. So they had the next best thing, which was the Inhumans.
Inhumans.
So she created the Inhumans,
Which
she's-
Kevin Feige hates, by the way.
Yeah, I agree. I would too, dude. I think the X-Men are better. I think the Humans are just like, yes,
there.
they've been around since the 1980s, which a lot of people will use that argument on Twitter. But like at the end of the day, they're not as popular, and they just have the same role as the X-Men, except
Yeah.
they have like a monarchy or whatever. So I think it was a good plot twist. Who do you think will be the next mutant to show up?
Next mutant, you know,
Well, did we already see him?
We already see him. Yes.
Did
I think we already saw him. I think it's-
Namor.
You think it's... Well,
Oh, you're gonna say Kamran?
I was going to say Kamran because we technically haven't seen Namor yet.
Yes. No, we have in trailers. That's what I
In
consider
trailers after
Yeah.
Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
So I think unofficially it's Kamran. And, you know, they didn't say he's a mutant, but he's got...
The powers.
His powers mirror Kamala's.
Yeah.
So I think
agree.
eventually down the line he'll be introduced as a mutant.
Yeah. I think we'll get our first mutant, like mutant Namor.
Yeah, he's a ancient mutant. I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
With his little angel wings on
Yes.
his feet and everything.
Do you think they have the mutant gene because it was a clandestine with a human? Or
No.
from different
I think it's just a gene because they even said it themselves. They were like, your whole family's clandestines, so they should all be stronger, right? But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, nobody has those powers that Kamala has. And I think that's because she's an X-Men.
No, she's not an X-Men. She's a mutant.
Oh, okay, we can use the mutant term. She's a mutant. Yeah, she's not X-Men. You're right. It is the X-Men's a team.
The X-Men's a team. Yeah.
Do you think she can use her powers if she doesn't have the bangle?
I do think so.
Yeah.
I think the bangle just unlocks it. I don't
Yeah.
know why she keeps wearing the bangles, but
Well, I thought
It's just part of the fit.
no, it's not just part of the fit. I think if it is going off Green Lantern as powers, it
oh, like the ring.
She has to wear it.
it's like the ring. Yeah,
No, because then that doesn't make her a mutant.
that's true.
I mean, it does because you don't have to have powers to be a mutant. You just have to have the X gene. But like,
I think they'll dive more into it in the
Yeah.
Marvels.
when
They
or
have
season two.
to.
Well, let's talk about it. The end credit scene.
The end credit scene.
What do you think happened? A lot of people either she shapeshifted into Carol or she transported.
They teleported. So
They definitely teleported.
I think they teleported.
I rewatched it because if they shapeshifted, she'd be wearing the same clothes.
Yes.
I agree. I thought that was cool. A good way to introduce Kamala Khan in the Marvels. And, you don't really have to talk about it because I think the Marvels can just start off with Carol going to search for Kamala because obviously Kamala is somewhere out there in space.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, because the way Carol Danvers looks at herself,
Yeah.
she knows it's her, but
Yeah.
she's like, "Where am I?"
And then she sees, imagine you like teleporting somewhere and you go to a room.
Bunch of posters of you.
Of you, like, what are the odds?
What are the odds of that happening, right? And like, I'd be freaked out. I feel like,
That'd be a little scary.
yeah, I think I would think I got kidnapped. By like
Stalker.
by a stalker. That would be my first reaction, right? And then who knows? From there, you just boom, 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 because Carol's pretty strong. But I'm excited for the Marvels. I'm excited to see where this leads with the Marvels. But I do think that's how it's going to start out. Is going to be Kamala, her searching for Kamala, because Kamala's somewhere out there in the universe, wherever Brie was at.
So where does this rank for your MCU shows?
Ooh, I have this on here, but ask Daniel while I look it up. Ooh, I forgot.
Ooh, let me.
I have it at 3, behind Moon Knight and Loki.
You like Moonlight?
That much?
Yeah, I have Loki number 1, Moon Knight number 2, Miss Marvel number 3.
Nice. I think that's a good. Okay, right here I have it. I also have it behind Moon Knight, but I have it fourth. So I have Loki, I have the TV show, I have Moon Knight, and then I have Miss Marvel. Can you guess which one's second?
Yeah, we talked about this already. You have
WandaVision.
no, not WandaVision. It's Falcon.
No,
No.
Falcon's behind Miss Marvel, and WandaVision's last.
Yeah, WandaVision's last for me
Yeah.
too.
It's Hawkeye.
Hawkeye.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
I really loved Hawkeye, man. A lot of people didn't, but
I enjoyed Hawkeye.
I enjoyed it, but it wasn't the top 3 for me.
I love Haley Stanfield.
I did.
That's your problem.
Haley, please follow us. This is an open
love you.
declaration. I love you. we. Who's we?
I love it too. Shit.
I love you. No, I'm not in a. If you're not doing anything Thursday and you're free, hit me up because I'm gonna be free on Thursday. This Thursday exactly. So just hit me up on Thursday if you are free this Thursday. And then I forgot what the meeting went, but yeah. So good show. I'm excited, man.
Yeah, I think for me it's 3.
Two.
So I mean it was a good show. I thought
What,
season 2.
You know your rankings?
I never ranked them, but Loki would be 1. I'd probably be like 3 or 4.
I agree. Yeah, I mean it's mid, obviously for the ranking,
Yeah.
but it's not mid. Well, it's like mid, but
Yeah.
it's entertaining. I like
Well, you
it.
say mid, and mid is just the term now people use.
Yeah,
on the
for
internet.
bad, which
For
is so
bad.
weird because mid just means it's average, and I'm okay with average.
They'll be changing it up on us.
Yeah, I know these young. People.
Season 2. You think we'll get a season 2?
Yeah, obviously. This is built for multiple.
Well, because the cinematographer for the show said that she hasn't heard anything for season 2.
they always say that. No, they have to say that.
No, because Oscar Isaac just openly admitted it. Season 2.
Yeah,
of Moon
but
Knight.
Moon Knight came out like a couple months ago.
Same year,
Give it a
though.
couple months, my
Same
boy.
year.
Give it a couple months. And also, she's gonna be in the Marvels. You gotta let
I think that's
No,
why they might not do a season 2. Like, what are you gonna do a season 2 on for Miss
her in high
Marvel?
school. Just her. Yeah, I'm okay with watching Iman Vellani and Kamala Khan in high school, going through high school drama. I'm okay with that. Give me a high school show,
Or
man.
whatever happens in
Let her be
the Marvels.
Tom Holland's roommate in college.
So you want her instead of Human Torch?
Yeah, I think it'd be no.
Oh, so now who do you want?
No, it's 3 people.
It's 2 people.
Have you never seen Spidey and His Amazing
I
Friends?
have.
Yeah, it's 3 people. It's Spidey, the Ice Guy, and the Firestar. And I think it'd be better if we have POC in there. So throw him on. No, yeah, of course, representation, inclusiveness, as Angel would say in the last episode.
Inclusivity.
Yeah, I think it would be good to have Kamala Khan and then Joe Keery. And Kamala might be a little younger, so I don't think it would be her. But
Yeah.
I don't know what grade she was in high school. I'm not gonna lie.
I think she's 16.
They were talking about
They were
college.
16,
at
so
least.
she'd be like sophomore, junior.
Yeah, like a sophomore.
Yeah, but they were talking about college because Bruno got accepted into Cal,
Oh, they were.
and you wouldn't get accepted into Cal as a sophomore.
He got a semester.
At least junior year, you're looking at applying.
So no,
He'd
he's not-
definitely be a junior then.
he's going to spend a summer program there.
Okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah. And thanks for joining us on this episode today, guys. Make sure to drop a like, follow, subscribe. Follow us on all our social medias on TikTok, on Instagram, and on YouTube.
Yes, because next week we're gonna be going over the brand new show She-Hulk that's coming out on Disney Plus.
Yep.
About how hype we are about the show because it's gonna be coming out in a week from today.
Yeah. And make sure to follow us on our socials as well. We're going to be linking down our profiles on there too.